welcome back to part 2 of this incredible interview and celebration I'm having with the gorgeous Becki. If you watched yesterday's video, basically we're celebrating that we have been in each other's lives for a whole year. We met via a Zoom training call last November. All I did was get her into flow. I didn't do that much, and she was hooked from that moment. Why was she hooked? It's because I genuinely wanted to help people just be crystal clear on what it is that they wanted to feel. People's anxieties can get the better of them. And as Becki had mentioned yesterday, she had some postnatal depression and she had tried everything to help her overcome it. But talking is not always going to be the solution. Sometimes the solution's so deep inside you, you've got to pull the solution out so you're no longer stuck in the problem. So then Becki went on to do silent counseling practitioner, which actually led one of her clients to land a 6-figure contract, which is insane. And then she was talking about the total line mentorship because she decided that this was the year for her. She started in zero on January, and then she decided to work more on her in the group coaching containers so then she could work on herself to be the best that she can be in her business. Because at the end of the day, the business may be separate to us, but we have to be a part of it. And if we're not in alignment to our business, then we're not activating our soul's purpose, and therefore we are making rash decisions that can cause us to feel imposter syndrome, negativity, doubt, fears, and also lack of confidence in doing the things that we want to do without anyone telling us what to do. So today we're going to continue part 2. So Becki, hello again, my darling. We're going to darling. So you left it yesterday celebrating your client. You'd worked with her for a few months. She's still your client. Tell me what else has been happening. Like how, because obviously we started doing a lot of the programs in the spring, summertime, and a little bit of autumn. And you kind of just got on with it. Like everything just kind of made sense. What do you think it was that allowed the programs to just allow things to fall into place? Because I loved what you said, you know, I did it in a particular sort of routine, I guess, strategy. I had my own strategy, and it's purely because I know what it's like when you're starting at zero, and I've had years of experience of mistakes and trial and error, which I shared about you earlier. But now I know why I condensed it. So what else?
What else? So by that point, so we're now in sort of June, July time. And because I'd done the silent counselling, I was super interested in the group silent counselling to the point, remember, to the point that I did that call from the Outer Hebrides, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, but we were on a family holiday in a camper van in the Outer Hebrides, and I was like, yeah, sorry, I've just got to do this call. Now, what was really interesting about that was when Sam had put me into flow right back in November 2021, she asked us to think of like basically a happy place, and where you feel calm. And my happy place is on a beach in the Outer Hebrides. And this call, genuinely, we were parked up at the campsite by this beach in the Outer Hebrides, and it was the vision I'd had in the November, which is just like scarily amazing.
Oh my good God.
I know.
And we didn't make it a SMART goal. We didn't get specific or measurable. We didn't make it achievable, realistic, or timely. We just plopped it out into your future.
Yeah, it's there. It's going to happen one day. It's cool.
Wow. That was 6 months of November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. So that was 7 months later.
I know. And so I sat there on this call with you, which was just incredible. And I've used group silent counselling. I'm a trustee for a young people's mental health charity, and I've used it with other trustees and the staff members because obviously they're dealing with quite a lot. And it's really nice just to do a quick little cleanse, if you like, before meetings and things, which is really, really powerful. So there was that, and then I signed up to do the human design because I was like, well, this makes sense, because if you can't align with your actual nuts and bolts, then you got no chance, really. That's basically it, isn't it? Everything just made sense, and the journey I took with Sam made sense to me and made sense to how I was building my business. But I know Sam's now said, actually, no, the way you've done it makes sense for like ever. Yeah. It's so you were saying it's kind of helped you clarify a few things in your business, which I'm super excited about. So I did the human design, which was incredible, and the energetic activation method, which is Sam's very, very own baby, and I love it. I absolutely love it. That's just clearing all the areas that need clearing, and just it's super powerful. And then I was like, right. So during the total alignment mentorship, Sam had been doing emotional intelligence, and with a background in education, I've known a lot about emotional intelligence, and it's always been that thing like, oh, I quite like to know a bit more about that, and genuinely had a book on my bookshelf for God knows how long. Was it ready? Because you don't have time. Actually, in all fairness, probably back then I didn't have time because there were a million other things kind of hitting my desk. But then when Sam said she was training in it, I was like, yep, I need to be an emotional intelligence coach, mastery coach. And it really helped me when Sam did it with me. She's done it twice now. Feeling we're going to need to do it in January again, love.
The Ego IQ assessment.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's what she's talking about. So I think, what did I do with you? I've got to catch up. Because remember, I'm not in your head, Becki. You have to be a bit more specific with me. So
I'm sorry.
So you had 2 EIQ assessments. How incredible they are, please.
They are utterly mind-blowing. So EIQ is about how you deal with yourself and how you deal with others. That's the basis of it. And how you present to others and how you deal with others, basically, and how you deal with yourself. Shockingly, not. Mine was, I'm brilliant with other people, but I don't put myself first. Now, this has been a bit of a theme in this interview, and it's been a theme of my life, I'm not going to lie. And I think probably a lot of people will relate to that, because actually, especially as women, I think, because you are so many things and pulled in so many different directions. And I think it's so important to realise that actually putting yourself number one, you have to, for you, and then everybody else. It's a ripple effect. It can support them. So the EIQ was a definite eye-opener for me. And I remember looking at my results and thinking, yep, you've done all this work, girl, and still nothing's shifting. Now, that's probably not entirely true, because things were shifting, but that's I genuinely remember that thought, remember saying that to Sam. And she's like, well, how do you feel about it? I thought, well, not quite what's the point, but something's got to change. And that was the number one EIQ. And then we did it again. I can't even remember how much later. It was in July. So that was like maybe March, something along those lines. Yeah. March, April-ish.
March, April, May, June, July. So it's 4 months later.
4 months later. It was it was like looking at somebody completely different, wasn't it? That it was amazing. I think, the percentage. So the idea is that every percent you increase in EIQ is akin to potentially about £1,000 worth of earnings, isn't it?
I taught you well. But so did my mentor.
So I'd increased by about 27%.
Oh, you've gone a bit crackly. Hold on. Let's have a look. Let me pause it a second. Right, we'll carry on now as my speakers are back to normal. So we were talking about EIQ assessments.
Yes, so I'd gone up, I think it was about like 27%, something like that. And I was like, wow, okay. So let's see if this really works. Let me tell you, it does. And if you're even on the fence about it, go do it, because it is an incredible thing, and it really, really makes you realise how you deal with yourself and how you put yourself out there.
So when you took the EQ assessments, because the first was in the authentically aligned, because that's what I give them in, and then I think I included one-to-one in that as well, didn't I? A little bit. No, was that
yes, you did.
And then you had it in EQ mastery, because everyone gets them in EQ mastery coach. So even though you've done the silent counselling, you joined a mentorship, that was the first group coaching program, and that was a certification. What changed between March and July for you to say it worked?
So number one, confidence in myself and my abilities, my skills, my knowledge, everything. Number two, just allowing myself to have space to think, not for, like you say, the hamster wheel or the cotton wool head or anything like that. And number three, I think, was definitely about just saying, I'm not multitasking. This is what I'm doing right now, and I'm being present in the moment. and this is it. I'm going to do it for 15 minutes or whatever, and then I move on. My golden rule, my little tip: 15 minutes. My fantastic 15s, because when you got a tiny thing that's potentially going to wake up at any minute, you can do anything in 15 minutes.
I love that. I love that.
But in all seriousness, yeah, about saying this is what I'm focusing on right now. Whether that's, you know, something mundane like getting the washing sorted, or it's something, you know, to do with your business, about your growth, or it's like bashing out a really important email. It's like 15 minutes, done. And so those were kind of the three things that definitely shifted for me. And then with the EIQ, I wanted to be able to give my clients the experience that I'd have with it as well. And I think actually having something like that on black and white paper, basically, isn't it? It's inarguable.
Exactly.
Like, you answered these questions, and this is what it comes out as.
Yeah. And that's the thing, because you could be driving yourself crazy with all these questions in your head, and you know what the problem is, and you just go, I'm fine, everything's going to be okay. You know, it's just one of them things. It's okay, I'll get on with it. And you go on and about in your day with the mask on your face, and then all of a sudden your mask drops off your face. You're like, how did you know? I've never told anybody this. How did you know? And it does kind of trigger you a little bit, like, how dare you know the truth? How did you get inside my head? How did you? And that's the thing. How did you get inside my head? I didn't. You answered some questions.
Yes.
I'm just going to pluck it out even deeper. So by me plucking out the things that were bothering you, it then it's basically dirty laundry's on the table. Tidy up, girl. And that's exactly what the mentorship did. It tidied it up.
100%. So it was, yeah. And then when I was doing my case studies, same thing, you know, to very dear clients and friends, they're like, but how did you know? I know that I know you're my friend as well, but how did you know? It's like, I didn't. It's there.
It's there. It's there. Everyone likes a tangible result. But when I had my EQ assessment, and I used a different assessment before, it said you have the tendency to procrastinate and make excuses. And I went, oh my God, first and foremost, I don't know what procrastination is, because it was brand new to my world in 2018. And when I found out, I went, oh my God. Oh yeah, that's me. Oh my God, how did you know? But I felt relieved that I knew that there was something wrong with me, but I didn't know what it was. It's like, you know, you can't see going to the doctors. I'm ill. Oh, just take a tablet. Well, no, here's the actual evidence of what is physically wrong with you. Now go and work on it. Because that's all I kept thinking was, well, how am I going to get rid of it? This has got to go. I need to work on this. So yeah, I totally get that. I love
it. And now one of my clients that has done the EIQ has just completely up-leveled and moved premises for her business into much bigger spaces.
This is incredible.
I'm so proud of her. It's just incredible. And then I am in negotiations with potentially a multiple 5-figure contract with somebody, with an organisation, that's all I'll say, to do EIQ for all their staff.
Honestly, I'm just so proud, literally so proud, because this is what it's about. It is about changing people's lives, and it's creating that ripple effect of change, emotional mastery, energetic mastery. And then now it's the unconscious mastery. I'm celebrating you so much, because this all happened in what? 8 months? Because you've done silent counselling in January. Total Alignment Mentorship didn't start till March. So March, April, and then you had like your incredible income days as well.
Yeah. So yeah, I've had I want to say about 6 or 7 4-figure days. I'm now not at zero in my bank. I am now at multiple 4 figures, projected multiple 5 figures by the end of the financial year, not the calendar year. So it can be done. You know, if people are sat there thinking, oh yeah, but that sounds really cool, but I can't do it. I'd just say to you, for God's sake, I was rock bottom when I finished my previous career, and I won't lie about it. Sam knows that. I had postnatal depression on top of that. I had a small person to look after, keep alive, all of those things, keep clean, fed, watered. I have a home, I have a husband, I had a business to build. and had a me to develop, because I hate the word fix or heal.
Yeah, because we're not broken and fixed. So
No.
you've done all this work, you'd found yourself, not that you was lost or anything, but you felt more connected to yourself.
100%. Yeah.
Got these qualifications, things are thriving. What happened next?
Well, then I decided that I was going to do your success activation method, which I'm
in August.
Yeah, I decided that was August. Yeah, that was August. But also, I'd already decided in my own mind that that was going to be my journey. So in my head, and actually, if I'm really honest, I thought it was going to be about a 2-year journey, because if you think about it, back in March, what, a couple £100 in the bank? It's not possible. The maths just don't add up to pay for it. So it's like, okay, over 2 years, I want to do silent counselling, emotional intelligence coaching, and I want to do success activation. And I thought, that's a good 2-year sort of plan. Yeah, that didn't happen. I did it all in a year.
You've done it less than a year.
Yeah, that's testament to all the work I've done and everything that Sam has supported me with. I've been able to condense that into a year, so that just before the call we were talking about 2023, when we were both like, 2023, oh my god, it's gonna be incredible for both of us. And so I'm going to do the success activation method. Why did I choose to do it? So you gave me a session on releasing limiting beliefs, and God, it was so powerful. And we just released my limiting belief, I'm not good enough. And how many people actually genuinely do feel that? And
about 95% of the population, but we shall not go there anyway.
No, absolutely right. Well, we've got some work to do, we go. But in all seriousness, that was the limiting belief, and Sam just held the space, supported me all the way through. This was this incredible little journey that I went on, and couldn't even tell you now what it was. It doesn't even matter because it's gone. Oh,
I remember it. Is it okay for me to say?
I can't remember what it was, but yeah, go for it.
Okay. So first and foremost, a little bit of disclaimer, due diligence. I did not jump on a call with Becki with no rapport, with no understanding of a past history. I would never, ever, ever do that. But I met Becki last November. She had silent counselling with me. She'd done the mentoring. She's had some ABC calls, which is like my group coaching calls. So I got to know her. She's got to know me, and the rapport had built. So we had a one-to-one session in August, and using my subconscious healing therapy. So the success activation method is the name of the program, and the qualification, the certification you will receive is subconscious healing therapy practitioner. Now, I created this modality last August. I beta tested it. I love it. It's absolutely brilliant. I'm sorry, but it really, really is. Because I then used it with Becki. So Becki jumped on a call, and it was a little bit unsure. Like it felt like a bit rocky. I can't remember what it actually was. But the I'm not good enough just to pitch. Well, I've done the energy, but I can feel the belief is still there. But I know it's not there, but it is there. It's like, it's okay. So I used the technique, and it wasn't even her belief. It was actually passed down to her from her mum. Now, she messaged me, and she said to me this very lengthy paragraph. And when I read it, I went, what? And then she said, yeah, but Sam, can you answer my question? And I went, that was my answer. What? So what had basically happened, I had used my technique, gone into her subconscious mind, removed the root cause, which wasn't hers. It was passed down to her from one generation ago. That was her parent. Her parent had passed it to her. And when she actually met up with her parent started to be different and feel different. And so the question was, when you remove the belief, does it actually work on the people that I removed it from? And I went, what? That's how powerful it was.
I maintain that is not an answer.
I was like, what?
Yeah, 100%. To the point that my dad said, have you been doing stuff again? Have you been doing that healing stuff again?
Is that what you said?
Yeah. It's bless him, in his 80s, he doesn't get it. I don't expect him to get it. That's fine.
Oh, bless him.
But, you'd adore him when you meet him. But he was like, you've done something. You've done something.
That's amazing.
I haven't. So Sam did it.
I did it. I take ownership, take full responsibility. I have high levels of emotional intelligence. But that's just incredible. And how, by removing that belief, how did that impact you and change your life?
Oh, massively. I mean, my relationship with my mum was better. How I feel about being a mother is completely different. It's just life-changing, utterly life-changing. And, you know, like Sam says, you can tell we've got a really good rapport. We're good mates as well as, you know, I'm her client. And I know she wouldn't have just done that if she didn't know me, or, you know, had just, you know, sent me a couple of Facebook Messenger messages or something. It is so, so powerful, and I cannot wait to explore it further. I deliberately haven't done, you know, loads of reading on what you say on your website, because I just want to explore it with you.
Oh, I love that. Oh, that's actually quite interesting. But sometimes it's good to give a bit of information. Oh, I can't win. Do I leave it? Do I not? Do I? But then you never know. You just never know.
Yeah. So I'm waiting until my gorgeous manual arrives, and then I'll have a look.
It's coming. It's right. It's not the folder. You have a lovely leather-bound folder on it.
How exciting! Oh, you like me? We love good stationery, don't we?
Yes, exactly. So, go on. Sorry, go on. Carry on.
So no, that was incredibly powerful, and that made me realise that actually, I was going to do this, and it was going to be this year.
Good.
Because I felt like that had then bookended it all. So I this year had been about my growth and my development, but also I'd got all of the courses under my belt that I felt right now I desired for my business.
So you learnt the certifications to have the certification, so you can work with other people. You've done the group mentoring to help you work on you and to be able to put things into action. You've done the one-to-one because obviously you needed that personal touch. How important do you think it is to have those three?
I honestly do not see how you can be a effective practicing coach without those three. I'm sure people do it, and I know they do it, but I genuinely cannot see how you can be. Because it's very much, of course it's about talking. You know, you've got the picture. Sam and I talk all of the time. But
we literally do. We WhatsApp every day.
We really do. But my point is that if you don't know somebody, or somebody's not feeling confident enough to express verbally their feelings, there are ways in without kind of asking 11 billion questions, the person rolling their eyes or just shutting down and saying, I don't want to talk about it. And I think, again, with my background in education, working with teenagers, they're brilliant at going, don't want to talk about it. Don't know. and that's not every single teenager in the world is like that. But I dealt with a lot that were like that. And it was because they couldn't express it. They couldn't verbalize it. And I think there's always that little bit of a teenager in all of us. Do I have to? Yeah. And most of the time in adult life, it's you do. But the point is, I don't see how you can be an effective coach. And as I say, I'm not criticizing anybody that doesn't have it, but I think it's hugely important to have these kind of skills in your coaching arsenal, if you like, in your toolbox, because, you know, it's helped EIQ. It's helped somebody up level their business to the point where they have got a new unit and it's I think 3 times bigger than where they were. I've helped somebody up level to knocking on for multiple 6-figure business now, from 5 figures and do I carry on sort of thing. I've helped people have the confidence to start their own businesses. I've helped, and if you're thinking, but I don't want to have a business, well, that's cool, you don't have to. I've helped people in careers up level their careers. I helped a woman through silent counselling and EIQ. I've helped her. She's decided to move jobs. She's up leveled. She's not scared anymore. She will speak her mind. And I'm like, oh, my heart is so full. It's incredible.
It's just getting everyone. It's just like clearing the rubbish so they can be more confident. Like let's just keep it real. Everyone's got big dreams. Everyone wants to earn the big bucks or do the big things, but you still got to clear the crap in your unconscious mind. You've got to get rid of it. And sometimes you just need something tangible or something without even talking. And now you're going to have the most incredible tools, because I cannot wait to train it next week.
I'm so excited.
What a year. Did you even imagine that you would be here a year ago?
Absolutely not. If I'm really honest, I probably thought I'd take a bit of a break from education, do this, faff about a bit, and I'd probably be back in education by this September gone.
No way. And you got asked to go back too, didn't you?
I did get asked to go
and you
back.
Don't have to no more.
No, I don't. I have gone back in a very specific way of coaching, but that's my choice because that's what I do now. Different matter, but I had the confidence to say no. And I had the confidence to go, no, this is what I do now. And it doesn't matter, almost what paycheck you chuck at me, this is what I do.
And so where would you like to see yourself a year from now? So then we can celebrate a year from now.
Oh, man. Well, we're going to have met in person.
100%.
And drunk quite a lot of Prosecco, let's be honest.
Definitely.
So that's number one. We have to meet in person. Number two, I want to be at the point that I have... I'm sorry, I'm saying it. I want a 6-figure business this time next year.
I just felt the word 7 come up for me.
Okay. Do you know, it's kind of like...
Yeah.
6 or 7.
Oh, I can feel it right there. We've said it now. That's it.
Right, that's it.
Yeah. I wonder where we're going to be this time next year, Rodders. This time next year, we're going to be millionaires. Well, Becki, I'm going to keep this anyway. I'm going to record it. I'm going to share it. But we're going to watch this again in a year from now. And then you've got to intensify your intentions. So you're going to do that. It's going to be powerful for you. We're going to magnetize your 2023-21. So I just want to celebrate you. I think you're absolutely incredible. And I love you to bits. Like, you've just been such an incredible friend and an absolute honor to walk by. Like, I haven't been on you. I haven't been, you got to do this, you got to do that. Here it is, go and do it. And you go and do it and you come back. Okay. And it's just been an incredible journey. And I just want to say I'm so proud of you. You took the action. You did the work. Your EQ has absolutely gone through the roof. And I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. So thank you for sharing that. And thank you for letting me share it to the world so you can hear more about the wonderful Becki.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me. It's just incredible. And I just love our journey together. And we know it's not over. This is it.
No, it's never. It's not over. It's not over. So
we're there for life. We know this.
Exactly. So thank you, Becki. I love you so much. And
I love you so much.
Thank you everyone for watching. And I hope you've enjoyed it. So yeah, let's celebrate Becki. Yay!